Yay me. Set a timer for 40 minutes. Our dessert today combines two classic flavors, apple and cranberry. This dessert has a tender, golden, flaky crust. It'll be filled with sweet apples and a sprinkle of tart cranberries. We'll garnish our galette with slices of apples and sugared cranberries for a beautiful finish. This is an impressive and easy dessert to make. The recipe is in the description below. The ingredients are listed, the tools that I use, everything you need is in the description below. So print out that recipe and let's get busy. First, we're going to make our crust. You need 1 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour in a medium-sized bowl. That is 150 grams. And 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt. That's 1 1/2 grams. I'm going to give that a whisk. Next, we're adding in cold butter cubes. This is 1/2 cup or 113 grams. Just going to give this a toss. I'm using a pastry blender. You can use a food processor if you would like. We want the butter pretty much incorporated into the flour mixture. So this is done. I'm going to show you the texture you're looking for. I have ice cold water here. This measurement does not matter. What we're looking for to start with is 1/4 cup. Make sure that no ice goes into your water that ends up in the crust. If it does, just pick it back out. We don't want pieces of ice in here. So we have 1/4 cup here. This is 60 milliliters or 4 tablespoons. Just kind of pour that around. Grab my fork and just start stirring that in. We are going to stir this until we see the dough starting to come together. You'll start to see clumps forming, and you may need to add 1 more tablespoon, which is another 15 milliliters. I usually do, but it's easier to add than it is to take it back out. So I always just start with the 4 tablespoons or 1/4 cup and then go from there. You don't want it too sticky or too moist. That'll make a really dense and tough crust, and you certainly don't want it dry. So there's just that fine balance there we're looking for. I definitely need 1 more tablespoon. And now transition to your hands. And what I normally do is just start pressing it against the side of the bowl until the dough forms a ball. The dough has come together in one nice, neat ball. Now you want to form it into a disc. Now we're going to put our dough in some plastic wrap, and we are going to let this rest in the refrigerator for 30 minutes. This is an important step. It allows the flour time to fully hydrate. It allows the gluten to relax and the butter to solidify. I'll see you back here in about 30 minutes. Our dough is chilled. It chilled for 30 minutes. Now it is time to roll it out. We are going to flour our surface. Flour the top, flour the rolling pin. To soften the butter, you just press on it a little bit, and that kind of helps it so it doesn't just crack. This just gives it a little bit of an advantage to gently soften. And then I'm just going to start rolling. Start in the center and just roll out. It's important that you keep the dough moving. You want to just keep checking to make sure that it's not sticking to your work surface. And then just start rolling it into a circle. These little bits of butter all through here, when the crust bakes, they steam and they create little pockets of air, and that's what gives us our tender flaky crusts. So this is actually just perfect and beautiful. On to the next step. Grab a pie plate. This is 9 inches or 23 centimeters, and put it in the center of your crust. And then we just want to make sure that we have enough that we can make a fairly even border the whole way around that. So I'm actually going to use a cutter here. Doesn't have to be perfect, but get it as close as you can. I am just going to go the whole way around. So remove the scraps from the outside. Then we're going to transfer this to a parchment paper lined baking sheet. So fold your dough in half, put your hands underneath just gently, place it on there, open it up, and this is ready for our filling when we're ready. We're going to pare a couple of apples. These are Granny Smith. I go for the more tart because then we do add sugar. I don't want it too sweet. And pare them however you like to. I usually use a paring knife. We are aiming for 2 cups of chopped apples, and that is 224 grams. Now is a good time for you to turn your oven on to 400 degrees, or that's 200 Celsius. This is about the size of apples you want. To our apples, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar. That's 24 grams. We have 1 tablespoon that's packed light brown sugar. 1 little lump. That is 13 grams. 1 tablespoon of flour. That's 8 grams. And then seasoning, we're adding 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. That's 1.5 grams. And 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And that's 3 grams. Give that a stir. Just want to toss it around so all the apples get coated with the sugar and the flour and the seasonings. Okay, we'll set that aside. Now take a smaller bowl, and in that you're going to put 1/2 cup of cranberries. These are fresh, not frozen. That's 53 grams. We're going to add 1 tablespoon of flour. That is 8 grams. We're putting the flour in here. The flour kind of coats the cranberries and helps them to stay together a little better when they're baking. So I'm going to toss those. It should coat them like so. And then I'm adding 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar into that, and that's 12 grams. Just give that a stir. Now we're going to add the cranberries into the apple mixture. I'm going to mix them together. Now we're going to put our apple and cranberry mixture right in the center. Spread it out so you have about 2 inches of a border here, or 5 centimeters. Again, it doesn't have to be exact, but we are trying to make this a little less rustic, a little more beautified. We're adding little dots of cold butter into our filling. This will melt slowly. It'll get incorporated into the fruit juices and the thickening agent, which is flour. It'll make the whole filling more velvety and smooth. This also will help the filling to not dry out as it's exposed in the oven. A traditional crust keeps the filling all nice and moist in there, and since we don't have a top crust on, the butter will help keep it moist. Now it's time to fold our crust up and pleat it as we go. So take your hand underneath, fold it up over, and just go the whole way around, and each time you fold, pleat it, fold, pleat, fold, and pleat, and just keep going the whole way around. There. Now we're going to put egg wash around the edges. This is 1 egg that I just added a little bit of water to and just kind of beat it till it was smooth. Now the last step is to arrange some thinly sliced apples in a circular pattern around the top before we put it in the oven. Nice thin slices. And now we're going to just spread some melted butter on. The fat in the butter is just going to make a protective barrier. Again, this is exposed to the dry heat of the oven, and there's no top crust here, so we're trying to just protect this. This will help them kind of caramelize and stay tender while the rest of the filling and the crust is browning and baking. Now it is time to get this beauty in the oven. I'm putting it on the lower rack for maybe anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes just to get that nice shot of heat on the bottom, and then I'll move it to the upper rack. So for now, I'm putting it right down there. Set your timer for 40 minutes. We're going to check it then. You're looking for a nice golden brown crust. It should be puffed up some, and you'll see the filling bubbling. So we'll check it in about 40 minutes. The galette has been in the oven for 45 minutes. You've got to see this. It's so beautiful. Just pull it out here. You can see it just bubbling. You can even hear it. It smells amazing. The crust is golden brown. This needs to cool for about 5 or 10 minutes, and then we're going to put an apricot glaze on, which is just some apricot preserves. We'll put a little bit of water with it, heat it, and stir it till it's really nice and smooth. It makes a nice glaze. And then we're going to brush that on these apples, and then I'm going to show you how to make this festive, beautiful sugared cranberry accent for our galette. So I'll be back shortly. And I just added a tiny bit of water, like a splash of water. I heated it in the microwave for 10 seconds, and I'm just going to brush this on gently. The fruit is very tender still at this point. It's still warm. It just gives it a nice glaze. Let's make sugared cranberries. First, you need 1/4 of a cup of water in a saucepan. That's 60 milliliters. Then you need 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. That is 50 grams. We're going to bring this to a boil. The mixture is boiling, so I am going to turn this down to medium heat. We're going to let it simmer for 3 minutes. We're going to stir 1½ cups of cranberries, that's 145 grams, into our syrup. Remove it from the heat and start stirring. Stir this for 1 minute. We want to make sure that the cranberries are really coated with the syrup we just made. So now we're going to transfer the cranberries to a parchment-lined baking sheet. You'll want to use a slotted spoon and just kind of spread them out as much as you can. This syrup that we just stirred them in is very sticky, so the more separate they are, the better. I'm just going to spread them out a bit. And now these need to cool for 1 hour. The cranberries have cooled for 1 hour. I think these are the most remarkable, beautiful little color bombs ever. They're so pretty. They're striking. Now I'm going to show you how simple this is. You take 3 or 4 at a time. They're very, very sticky because they do have syrup on them. And so just take a few at a time. Otherwise, you'll have a big glob of them sticking together. Put them in some sugar. And it is that simple. It's so simple to make something so beautiful. So just do them in batches so that they're not all sticking together. So our finishing touches are done. I added some of our beautiful sugared cranberries, and I added some of the ones that don't have sugar on them because they're so pretty. So now it's time to cut a slice, and I'm going to taste it. It is crispy. I love it. So it's that golden moment where Barb gets to take a bite and enjoy what we made together. So here goes. The crust is snapping. That is a good sign. I'm going to have to show this crust to you. It is so tender and flaky, and yet it got completely done on the bottom. It is crispy. It snapped when I cut into it. The apples are done perfectly. They're sweet. I got a little tiny bit of the cranberry tartness in there. This is absolutely amazing. I want to show you something. So the pie crust is done to perfection. It's tender, it's light, it's flaky, it's golden, and you heard with your own ears that snap and crunch, and yet it just melts in your mouth. Buttery deliciousness. So this was fun. You saw how simple it was to make, and look, it's so elegant. I know you can do this. After you make this one, check out my peach galette. I think you'll love it. And I have an entire playlist of pies. I would love to bake with you in another video. I'll see you soon.